marriage has always been a complex intertwining of love, compatibility, and societal norms. However, in today's rapidly evolving world, the dynamics of relationships and the factors influencing partner selection have undergone significant shifts. One such factor that often sparks debates and discussions is hypergamy. The notion that a happy ending was dependent upon wooing and marrying not just any man but a prince was sold to a whole generation of young women by scores of Disney films. However, despite the fact that society has grown more egalitarian, with women rejecting traditional gender roles, surpassing men in college enrollment and convocation attendance, and embracing various careers ranging from side gigs to C-suites, a significant number of single women continue to yearn for a committed relationship. But what exactly is hypergamy? Hypergamy, derived from the Greek words hyper, meaning above, and gamos, meaning marriage, refers to the practice of marrying someone of a higher socioeconomic or social status. Traditionally, it was more prevalent among women seeking partners who were financially stable or had higher social standing. The idea was deeply rooted in societal expectations, where women were encouraged to seek security and stability through marriage. Basically, in modern terms, it is dating or marrying up. The practice of hypergamy has been around for centuries. There is still an element of this phenomenon, whether it is conscious or subconscious, that exists for some people today, despite the progress women have made over the last 50 to 100 years. For the better part of human history, women simply did not have the option, access, or legal rights in many places in the world to have agency over their own welfare and to create financial independence. So, they relied on a good marriage to secure their overall prosperity and prospects. In the contemporary context, while the concept of hypergamy still exists, its dynamics have evolved. Both men and women now seek partners who offer not just financial stability but also emotional compatibility, shared values, and personal fulfillment. The traditional notion of solely marrying up in social or financial status is gradually being replaced by a desire for holistic compatibility. Despite its antiquity, hypergamy is currently all the rage because of the many social media influencers and self-proclaimed YouTube gurus who tout its benefits. The question was presented directly by self-proclaimed lifestyle coach and dating expert Kevin Samuels in a May 2020 YouTube livestream with almost 400,000 views, headlined "Men should pay for everything, women should be hypergamous." Samuels questioned, "Ladies, do you want to be required to have to work in order to pay significant bills?" There was an influx of no's without interruption. Those women who aren't afraid to be hypergamous receive a poor name for being exploitative and dull. The term, gold diggers, describes how others see them, as self-centered and concerned only with superficial possessions. To be sure, some level of hypergamy is sought after by women from all walks of life. The University of British Columbia researchers found that women were 93% more likely to marry men with higher salaries in 2016, despite the fact that women are outnumbering males in terms of college degrees. Although larger salaries do not always indicate a better social class, financial stability is a key factor that drives women to engage in hypergamy. An evolutionary hearkening back to the necessity of a strong provider for archaic women may explain this. Since our ancestors were mostly subsistence hunters and gatherers, it is in our nature to be drawn to guys with greater material possessions. Similar to how some men have an innate preference for women with more reproductive features, large hips, long hair, etc., this preference can also run in families. With that being said, we are the only species that has the capacity to be consciously aware of those tendencies, and we have moved beyond them as primary drivers for mating in today's more modern world. However, times are changing, and people seem to have more options than before. There is a complexity to the impact of hypergamy on contemporary marriages. Some think it still plays a big role, while others think it's less important now. But, some ways it affects relationships in the contemporary day are as follows. Economic independence. With more women pursuing education and careers, there's a shift in power dynamics. Women now seek partners who complement their aspirations rather than merely providing financial security. Social expectations. Societal pressures and cultural norms still subtly dictate partner preferences. However, individuals are increasingly challenging these norms, seeking partners based on personal compatibility rather than social status alone. Online dating and globalization. The digital era and globalization have expanded the pool of potential partners. People now have access to diverse backgrounds, cultures, and perspectives, allowing them to prioritize compatibility over societal norms. Gender role reversals. As societal roles evolve, men also seek partners based on emotional support, shared values, and intellectual compatibility. The emphasis is shifting from hierarchical status to mutual respect and understanding. Personal fulfillment. Emotional connection, shared interests, and personal growth have become crucial factors in partner selection, often overshadowing traditional ideas of hypergamy. However, its patriarchal foundations still influence modern dating and marriage. Although hypergamy is no longer looked at as necessary, we live in a patriarchal culture that actually devalues women. According to the American Association of University Women, women get 82 cents for every dollar males earn for the same employment in the U.S. The wage disparity is significantly higher for Black, Indigenous, and other women of color. Youth and attractiveness often determine a woman's worth. Why can't a woman barter that legal cash on her terms? After all, societal and cultural growth has not changed how men choose relationships. Why should women? Being the earner and provider for one's relationship is highly valued by certain males culturally. In the end, the decision is yours to make. Today more than ever before, women are free to act on their own behalf. Contemporary heroines, who aren't content to merely set the table, are actively working to construct it, reflecting this truth as society plods along. While it may be seen by some as a sign that women are becoming less reliant on males, many women are opting to stick to the tried and true method of exchanging goods and services. Making do with what you have, or if you have what a man wants, then use it to your advantage. Though hypergamy was more prominent in previous generations, its impact on current relationships is changing. Today, finding a life mate really involves emotional fulfillment, mutual respect, and shared goals. Hypergamy developed as society moved toward individuality and equality in partnerships. Although financial security and social standing remain a matter, they are no longer the primary cornerstones of modern marriages, especially for women. In modern partnerships, compatibility, emotional connection, and personal growth are equally important as conventional factors. The balance between traditional beliefs and modern expectations changes as people navigate the intricacies of selecting a life mate, influencing marriages and partnerships. But, despite all the changes in modern society, with the pressures of work, life, and home, the ultimate question is, should people still consider hypergamy? Comment below and tell us what you think. Thanks for watching Motivate My Marriage. Please be sure to like, subscribe and share.